What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles. You were listening to Lyles Movie Files. This is crazy time, so we're going to keep it fun, light, and loose for you. What's up, little brother?
What up?
Jay King, what's up with you?
Not much, man. Hey, everybody, thank y'all for joining us. And during these quarantine times, as our family bonds get tested, just try not to kill each other when you're locked in the house all day long. Try it. Just try not to kill each other. Just play a little video game. I don't know. Do
Hey, I would
something.
say depends on your family. Playing video games during a quarantine might actually lead to you killing somebody.
Probably so. So just everybody go to your own room and just stay out of each other's way until dinner, at least.
I have been playing Mafia 3. And if you guys have never played Mafia 3, it is the most cathartic video game I've played in years. Basically, you're a guy, a Vietnam vet, who goes around killing a bunch of racists. Awesome.
I like it.
I mean, it's just like, wow. Once I get past crummy options with controls, it's one of those Grand Theft Auto games. So you've got the option to do different things, but sometimes it's like, whoa, oh, you did come up with a better way to do that than we did. Tell you what, now you cannot leap over something as tall as your knee because we want you to do it this way. But beyond that, it's pretty fun. So lots of stuff has been going on. Very interesting things. Like we said, it's an interesting time. And AMC, basically all the movie chains now, or theater chains, have shut down because of Corona, of course. And some studios are like, well, that's a wrap for us with our movies. We'll see you in July. Catch you later. Some are going, we'll see you in November. Others are like, we'll see you at a TBD date. Other studios who happen to have films in the theaters when all this is going down have decided, you know what, that money is lost. Let's try to make some back. We're going to make our movies available online, on demand, so people can check them out. They can rent them for $20 for 48 hours, which is enough time if you fall asleep during the first time. You can still watch it again. You don't have to take it back to Redbox. And you get to see a movie that was one of those deals where, do I want to go to the theater to see it? And now it's, do I want to go downstairs to see it? And they've actually got some decent stuff, especially for people who need an escape. They've got Invisible Man, Bloodshot, the new Vin Diesel movie is now coming, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, Emma, and I think there's another few. But so it's like some decent stuff that's out in theaters, or that are in the theaters that are not open. And I'm very curious because Disney is like, nope, we don't care. We got a streaming service. We have the streaming service for a reason. Your money. We're not giving that up without getting some money out of this. So no Mulan, no Black Widow. Who the heck knows when these are coming, because we have no idea when this deal is going to be over. I feel like I would pay $50 to see Fast and Furious 9 right now. And I'm curious if you guys had a Disney Plus subscription, how much would you be willing to pay in addition to get at that week window to see a Mulan or Black Widow now, as opposed to at some point down the road?
If you say, hey, you get a week to watch these two movies. I mean, I wouldn't say you charge me an extra $20. I'd say that's a good deal for me. I mean, with no problem. Of course, then they'd be like, wait a minute, these people are actually watching this. Why the hell do we pay these movie theaters for anything?
Well, you know what? One thing that I think is interesting that they could do, and I don't even know if they've even kind of considered this. If you've got a rental window of 48 hours, maybe just say a day, because it's not like you go to the movie theater and your ticket's good for 2 days. You could make it where if people, especially families, because they've got this new Trolls film coming out, and if you have a family, you're not going to get those 4 tickets. But kids like to watch movies over and over and over again. So maybe you charge $20 for the first viewing, $10 for the next 2 and 3, and then maybe after viewing 4, you get it for $5. So you keep multiplying that ticket price, And for families, I think that's the way that they could get their monies back or money back. Doing it that way. Javon, what do you think?
Fam- I mean, right now, that's the jam because if I'm home and you got kids at home and you're trying to entertain yourself and each other, let's see the latest movie and we don't have to leave the house. We have the option to see this movie and enjoy our own food, our own popcorn, pause it if we got to go to the bathroom. And I've always felt like that was the next frontier when it came to major theatrical releases anyway. So, dude, this might be the test of something bigger. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If they pass this test, I mean, if the numbers look great, I got a feeling that we may see this happening more often for wide release. You know, I wouldn't mind paying, let's say, for 48 hours. I got what would you say, 29.99 or so,
I
or at
mean,
least for
I would.
24 hours.
So I would think that a fair way to do it would be by a film has a solid month in the theaters. So you have that theatrical window of a month. So the movie theaters don't become extinct by virtue of, well, I'll just wait a week and then it's on home video. Do it for a month, maybe a month and a half. And then, so like the 6 week mark, then it goes on demand. And you can pay a premium price of $30. That sounds cool. Maybe $25. And you can rent it one time and then you can keep renting it for a reduced rate. I just feel like I know there's a lot because it's always that weird thing to me where it's like I'm in the theater, I've seen a movie like I saw Endgame and Infinity War in theaters. Let's say a combined 10, 11 times, maybe 12, and it was great watching in the theater, especially in the drive-in. That was the coolest. But I feel like there are lots of people who aren't as crazy as me and just want to keep watching it from home. And I feel like there's a huge option that they can just run with for a long time if they go all in with this. Jace, what's your take on it?
Well, the thing is, a lot of times situations like this do create market opportunities, and I think if you let's say this, you have like a big movie like Avengers Endgame, you want that to have an opportunity to take that box office record. But if you don't, if you kind of come up, if it's like kind of like a movie like Trolls or something like that, where you know, hey, our biggest audiences are captive in a house. I think your model would seem like a good opportunity. It's like, hey, instead of delaying this movie and releasing it, we need to find a new option. Like we have a stream, especially if you're somebody like Disney. It's like we have a streaming service. We come up with a new algorithm or something. We just basically plug it in. Like, hey, this is the pay or rental section for a family rental section, and see where that goes. I mean, and I think they would probably be like, hey, I mean, this is gonna work. Like you pay 20, like I said, that $20 window for that first viewing, and because kids a lot of times will watch stuff to death, they'll watch it 5 times in a week with no problem. Uh, I think that could be an option for them. I mean, so that's something they should think about doing. But as I said that, I'm sure they are thinking about doing stuff. I was like Mulan, they're like, we are losing a crap load of money because we're not releasing this movie in China. We expect it to be making a killing, and especially if me and Gunner have basically been looking at the stock price of Disney all week, and I think they started this week at $100 plus a share, and now they're down. At least the last time I looked, they were down at $80 a share. So it's like they need some kind of invigoration to their money flow. So they're gonna be like they need to like think outside of their traditional box to try and come up with some funds.
The concern that these studios are having is piracy. And it's like, well, if we have a crystal clear HD version of our film, that's going to make it easier for people to pirate it. And no one's going to pay. And I feel like people still pirate films, regardless. I mean,
Yeah.
gosh,
The
from
people who pirate
college,
always pirate.
people
There,
had terrible
there are,
copies and people would pay for it. I mean,
dude,
there's the thing like Fire Stick, and I feel like people
yeah.
use that. So there's you can't contain that that genie. It's already out the bottle.
It's already out, dude. Just like you just said, there are apps on Fire Stick that you can load that you can pretty much watch. It's basically Netflix for $4 a month. You you have an unlimited library of content, not just back catalog movies and television shows, things that are on right now that are on Netflix Prime, like they're marquee shows. If I pay $4 a month, I can use what is it called, the IPTV stuff, and I'm in the mix.
Hey, Gunner, welcome to the show, man. So we've been talking about the studios trying to decide what they're going to do with this theatrical window, if they're going to put stuff out or keep waiting and waiting and waiting till whenever. What's your take on this?
I hope they kind of release, and you have to forgive me if I'm breaking up a little bit. My signal's been weird all day. Um, I think we are in the era where they're going to start seeing how cool is good to release, or how cool it is to release things on Netflix, Amazon, their own Disney Plus, especially. Jason, Disney closed at 90 today, so they went up. There was like a quick jump at the last like 20 minutes of trading there. Anyways, so I imagine as some of these things are publicly traded, right? Like people, content, movie studios, etc., distribution cats, you know what I mean? Like they're owned by publicly traded companies. Anyway, I imagine that they're gonna end up traveling. If this is a prolonged shut-in situation, to May, that's just no one's watching anything. They're gonna have to stream, and we'll see what that does to the industry after this is all blown over. Like, this is gonna affect the entertainment a little bit, isn't it?
It's interesting to me because I feel like this is where a Disney Plus and Netflix really need to have had content just kind of waiting in the wings. So it's like, we had this slated for April or July, but let's go ahead and run it now. Because I feel like
Mhm.
I read, of course, I don't remember in the internet age where I read this, but 50% of households with children have Disney Plus. I feel like they could bump that up, especially if this goes into the summer, to 80% if there was more stuff, like original content, not just the
Right.
wealth of back catalogs of stuff like The Simpsons and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Clone Wars, etc. And I feel like this is going to be something that makes streaming services go, okay, we always need to have at least 4 shows coming out around the same time. Disney Plus has gotten burned because they have not put out anything that their core audience, let's say, that is all in on Star Wars, it's all in on the Marvel stuff. There's nothing for them right now outside of stuff that they've seen already. And it's like, hey, Black Panther's now on Disney Plus. I'm like, I've got Black Panther on Blu-ray and on 3D on my shelf. I don't need Disney Plus for that. So you hyping
Right.
that up means nothing to me. You say, hey, we're still shooting this, but we've got the first 4 episodes of The Falcon and Winter Soldier that you can watch right now. I am all on board. I'll wait 4 weeks to watch each episode, and knowing that hey, it's going to be a while before I see the rest of it. But it's weird. And I feel like Netflix is better positioned for this, and everyone,
Hmm.
or at least half the population now, seems to have Disney Plus. But they could have that number up even higher with more stuff.
Right.
So, very interesting times. And of course, this is wrecking the movie calendar. Black Widow was supposed to come out in May, and Disney was like, you blink, you blink, you blink, you blink. Darn it. We're going to have to delay this. And there's no date for when it's going to come back. Fast and the
Oof.
Furious, Fast 9 now seems like the smartest player in the game because they were like, next year, we'll catch y'all later. And maybe Universal will do something to have like a teaser. I don't know. Like I said, I would pay good money to watch that movie at home now. Not $20.
Eh,
I paid $50 just so I can watch it. I want to see how Han came back. I need to know. Answers need to be
See,
told.
that seems that seems okay because we just had like, I'm sorry y'all didn't like it, but we already had a Fast Five universe movie, right? Like the Hobbs and Shaw joint. So that we just had that. So I see why they would be more comfortable delaying it. Like, look, we're still eating off of this. Like, we just released this on whatever just now. Like, I just saw it on HBO or something. I was just like, word, it's back. It's on here now. You know what I mean? So they got the home video stuff going on and everything. I see that. The Black Widow thing, yeah. See, Marvel has a track record of just throwing things out like Jay-Z albums, right? So I'm like, well, yeah, this might not have been the greatest move for Disney because people are expecting the Disney joint. I'm just thinking Universal and Disney as far as that
Funny
goes.
because
Like, I feel like,
they have Eternals coming out in November, or at least that was
yeah,
the original plan. But with Disney, they try to stockpile so much stuff where it's like, all right, this year we've got 2 films, next year 3 films. So they've
right.
got all these Phase 4 films, and Black Widow was the start of that. Now it's like, okay, does this mean we're gonna have to go 2 months between Marvel movies when theaters reopen for good? Really interesting.
Double features. Maybe they'll
Right.
bring them back.
I'll be there for it too.
I'd be
So here's another interesting thing. A lot of TV shows have gone on hiatus, no telling when they're going to come back. Now there's a report that some of these shows that were shot are not going to be coming back for
Oh,
their season finales. And
I don't understand.
that's so they're not going to shoot the rest of their episodes for this season because it's like we don't know. I mean, people have their contracts, they're set up for a certain amount of time, and that's it. So a show like Stranger Things and The Witcher, they were in the middle of shooting, but they don't have a schedule for when they're going to come back.
Oh,
However,
wow.
for a show like Supergirl, which was filming its finale, season finale, and Supernatural, which was filming its absolute finale, they're
Mm-hmm.
not sure when they're going to do it. And what's the guy's name? Jared Padalecki.
Padalecki.
He's going to Texas Walker Ranger, and
Oh, wow.
if his everything clears up when shooting for that starts, does that get delayed? Are they cool and go, hey man, finish shooting your season finale or your series finale of Supernatural? Or we've lost so much money waiting on this, we've got to have you on set now. And it's probably not going to be as drastic a situation as Henry Cavill with his mustache on the Justice League reshoots, but who knows? And also, a new study or new stat shows that video game usage is up 75%. I believe it.
Of course.
Because they can tell everybody who's on PlayStation or Xbox online, like, yeah, the internet is actually a bunch of video games and Netflix right now.
Basically it.
And Zoom and video conferences during the day, and then, like you said, Netflix and then video games at night, afternoon, night.
It's like,
yeah,
we can't get y'all out the house.
This mouse.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So for today, we decided for our topic, we were going to do something fun. So I asked the guys to come up with classic movies or some of their favorite movies that had impeccable casts, great writing, great directing, great effects, and make one casting change to this movie to ruin it. So that could be my random example was replacing Eddie Murphy in Boomerang with Tracy Morgan. Would not be a good move, and Boomerang would not work with that shift. So,
no,
fellas,
straight to DVD.
Hey man, absolutely. Maybe on demand. So who wants to go first with this one?
I mean, I'll go.
All right, Javon, let's go.
I thought about a couple, man. Number one, I know there were a lot of big time action heroes. The early '90s, late '80s, early '90s. Action movies were it, man. That was king of the box office. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Still, these guys were kings of the box office. Arnold Schwarzenegger made one of the best sci-fi action movies ever in Terminator 2. Right, he was the lead in that. Of course, is the Terminator. This is a sequel of the Terminator. Of course, y'all already know that. But what if they couldn't have negotiated the contract with Arnold to reprise that role, and they had to go with another action hero at that time? Big time action star, not named Sylvester Stallone, by the way. You had out there. You had Bruce Willis. Maybe it could have been a good movie. You had trying to think who else you had out there. You had Sylvester Stallone. Of course, that's not going to happen. One name that came to mind in particular, well, two names that came to mind in particular, but this one stood out above all. Steven Seagal, because of his height and size, maybe could have been is intimidating. But if you were to cast Steven Seagal, the Terminator, in T2, that movie. I'm trying to think of when that movie. It's like when you see Terminator 2 is on cable when they do the cable cycles.
Like the 90s, yo.
Still has cable. Yeah, like dude, you're watching the Terminator 2. You're watching Terminator 2 no matter where you come in on that movie, right? If that movie starts Steven Seagal, that will be on like one of these basic cable, like the movie network, or what do you call it? Like if you got a smart TV that comes with your TV, Pluto.
Mm-hmm.
Crackle.
Crackle. It will be there. That's what Terminator 2 will be on. Nothing premium about Terminator 2 with Steven Seagal. Nothing. You don't own that DVD. No one you knows owns that DVD. That's one. Number two was kind of hard because there's so many, but I had to really think about it. Like, Spike Lee's finest movie was Malcolm X, right? And that was a role that Denzel Washington got robbed on. Of course, we all know that. Huh?
Scent of a Woman won that year.
Scent of a Woman won that year. Who are that one? Al Pacino being blind, screaming Al Pacino won. Tell you something. That should tell you something. But you know that's a masterclass of the biopic, like embodying the case study, the person that you're playing. Denzel Washington was the embodiment of Malcolm X. He had Malcolm X down pat, right? Can you imagine? And I'm not using today's stars to fill these roles. I'm using stars of that time, right? Can you imagine that role going to, let's say, I don't know, Larry Fishburne or Eddie Murphy? Now, at that time, Eddie Murphy now probably gets offered that role. That probably comes across his desk. Of course, not during that time. But just imagine if Eddie would have got on his "I want to be serious," if he would have got on that like "I want to be serious" Eddie during that time. Can you imagine Malcolm X with Eddie Murphy? Spike Lee would be like a tenured professor at HU in the in the performing arts department. He would not be making movies.
You don't even get him to NYU film school?
No, they're not having him. Not having him. Not having him. Not to disparage HU in any way, but you're not going there. He's not going to be a professor there. So imagine that. Eddie Murphy. No, keep it serious. Lawrence, no, then Larry Fishburne is Malcolm X. That would have been a hard pill to swallow. That would have been a hard pill to swallow. Third one. This is kind of difficult, man. Because Jeff really, when Jeff hit the Tracy Morgan as Boomerang, man, that was, I laughed for about 15 minutes off that one, man. That was wow. You hit it. You hit it hard with that one because that I could just see Tracy Morgan with his shirt lifting his shirt up, showing his belly on a promo on the film stills. Nah, I'm not watching that movie. I had to think about this one, man. I was like, damn. Could you imagine like The Hangover with a serious cast of actors? Now Bradley Cooper has become one of Hollywood's leading men and serious actor, of course. But can you imagine like, I don't know, Ryan Gosling? Yeah, I mean, just a bunch of like kind of serious guys playing that role. Sam, what's his name? Let's say Ryan Gosling. I'm trying to think of that guy's name. Sam Worthington. Oh, I cannot think of this guy's name. I just saw him in something with Taraji Henson. They were playing
Sam
like
Worthington. You're talking about Avatar.
no, not that guy. This guy's been a little bit. He's always in indie movies. He's kind of like Mark Ruffalo, but not really.
Uh huh.
A serious guys playing the Hangover guys, where everybody's a straight man, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Hangover Part 3.
Oh God, don't
Or
worry.
just watch Hangover Part 3.
Oh God,
Gosh,
yeah, that was
that was
terrible,
terrible.
terrible. And I got one last one, y'all.
All right, what you
I'm
got?
just throw this out there. Nicolas Cage as Iron Man, as Tony Stark,
I think that's my favorite of your choices.
Talking through his teeth the whole damn time. Jervis,
with that hairline.
that
The
hairline.
hair- no, they would have given him a hairpiece, which would have made it worse.
I made it
Which would have
worse
made it
with a goatee.
so much worse. It would have
Oh,
came
with a
out in the
goatee.
Iron Man helmet.
Oh,
I'm on.
We got this hairpiece from Tyler Perry Studios.
don't you talk about
It's like a
Nicolas
comic
Cage's
thing.
hairpiece?
Exactly. Nicolas Cage
Cage
was
really has
good.
good hairpieces. God.
Infinity Wars. Is that Infinity hairline?
All right, Gunner, you want to go next?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I've been trying to think of a third one because these two are just that good. Sorry. I'm actually gonna go with my second one first because given what we just talked about, Die Hard with Peter Weller.
Ooh.
If you recall, I mean, I'm given that everybody's kind of watched, or a lot of our viewers, listeners have also watched, the movies, and how they became, on Netflix, that show, and how Die Hard. Everybody was like, no way, Bruce Willis could do it, and he pulled the hell of it off, and how they pulled off like the comedic part of it too, and how it was made. If they casted Peter Weller, that joint would have been a dumpster fire.
Stop right there.
And for those that don't remember Peter Weller, for our younger listeners, that is the original RoboCop. I mean, the original RoboCop from the 80s. The one that they... Yeah, yippee-ki-yay.
They're awesome.
Creep. I'm just hearing this in RoboCop. I mean, just dub every line from Die Hard.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me, Gruber.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party.
Another
my
that you got
God.
yourself into, John.
That movie would have been like, why did we make this movie? That joint would have made $90,000.
Can you imagine a bloody-footed Peter Weller running through Nakatomi Tower, calling out Holly's name?
So awkward.
Holly.
He would have felt. I don't know if he could have made it through the air vent.
No, honestly, I would have watched that movie just for these lines I'm hearing.
We need a program that can redub people and put them into movies.
That would be hilarious.
Do the
You could
deep
totally
fake.
fake Peter Weller in the daggone air shaft.
Right.
I mean, seriously, people are quarantined. Somebody has the time to make this happen, people.
Absolutely.
This is so
challenge. That is a challenge.
Internet challenge. Internet,
wow.
do your thing.
Do your thing, Internet. Okay, my second one. That's what I was like. Let me start with that one. My second one is Winona Ryder as Cher in Clueless.
You know, it was funny because I think she could do that. I saw her and I was like, Winona's not a bad actress.
In the 80s, this would have been her role. In the 80s, this would have been her role, right? Then she was doing a depressing junk, man. Like, what was that movie? Shirley Carmack, something like that. I forgot. And then there was like the other depressing movie. She just played like a lot of like down teenagers. Then what was that one that she did in the 90s that she got I think she got nominated for? That one with that Madonna song. I remember. Da, 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 da. Remember that joint? I can't remember the name of this movie because I stopped being a fan of Winona Ryder after that movie. Actually,
Are you talking about Girl Interrupted?
No.
This is like what was those?
It was like
those
a super grunge, 90s,
Yeah.
The
plaid
Age
shirt.
of Innocence or
No,
Little Women.
No.
like that 94 through 95 when all these like
Yeah.
ensemble cast
I'm gonna have
movies were just
right.
teenage angst and early 20s angst.
I'm glad they
They were
stopped doing
farting
those.
dude, they
She
were
was like in
farting those out
college.
like twice a year.
Man, it was a lot of those, dude. It was so many of those. It was
You talking about boys?
called not at all.
Reality
Reality
Bites?
Bites.
There you
Reality
go.
Bites. That's all like no, you can't get more 90s than Reality Bites unless you watch Empire Records. Real talk. So it was it was Reality Bites. And maybe, back in the day with the Heathers, sure. Okay. But 90, 95, this was after Reality Bites. Like she's like, you know, quintessential 90s, girl, rescue me girl, right? So, I don't know, man. That just wouldn't have worked for me because she needed to be like vapid. And Winona Ryder didn't play vapid roles like that. You know what I mean? Not even in Beetlejuice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she wasn't even. Anyway, I just felt like that would have been a bad cast. And the movie wouldn't have been as successful as it was with, like, an Alicia
But
Silverstone
Gunnar, I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
Do we still do this? Rolling with my homies.
That would
Come on,
have
can
been the
you do
most
that?
awkward thing with Winona Ryder.
No.
Could you imagine her singing that?
No, because that would have been
Rolling with
something
my
else.
homies.
They would have turned Rolling with My Homies into some like sad Soundgarden song. Can I hear you say the sun explodes over my life?
Hey man,
The
don't
sun
mess with Soundgarden. I love that
explodes
joint,
over
man. Black hole sun, won't you come? That joint was great. And
It was
she
great.
actually would have sang that, and she
But
would have
Gunnar,
sang
that
that.
would have been depressing.
Absolutely correct. And you'll have to come back to me on the third one because I've been trying to think of one that would top those two. I cannot.
Jace, you ready?
Yeah.
What you got?
Okay. So I'm also gonna go with my favorite casting decision that never was Superman Returns with Nicolas Cage.
Oh God, I'm so cool.
I'm pretty sure, folks, we all dodged a major bullet without, hey, I'm Clark Kent. Yeah, we know you're Clark Kent. We get that. You're Superman? Yeah, a little dicey. The next one would have been
Nicolas Cage ever been young enough to play Clark Kent? He's always been old, even in the 90s.
Say, I mean,
in the
like,
80s.
That hairline.
In the 80s, yeah, his hairline was
Man.
it was gone. I mean, they couldn't actually come up with a wig or toupee good enough for that to work.
What's wrong with him and Cher? Was that Moonstruck? That was the last time he looked young.
Yeah, but I mean, do you want him to keep the mustache too? Raising Arizona mustache.
Yes, please do. And the mullet.
Yeah. What was the one? Con Air. Yeah, Con Air. Nicolas Cage.
That was his only really good movie.
Oh, yeah, I own a number of Nicolas Cage movies. Now,
yeah, man. Niggas are every other dude.
Now,
put down the bunny.
As much as I talk, and I'm about to redeem Nicolas Cage because my next movie is if anyone else played Nicolas Cage's role in Mandy, that movie would not have worked.
Okay.
Because Mandy was the most Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage movie ever, and anyone else would not have made that work. My next one is Chris Tucker substituting for Martin Lawrence in Bad Boy.
Oh, that would have been horrible.
That
My
movie
ears would have been like, shut the fuck up. Oh, God.
Namaste.
No, please, just stop.
Woosah.
Yes.
I really couldn't take Rush Hour 2 to the fact that they did it 3, didn't they? God.
Yeah.
Did they do a 3?
They do a 3?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
I didn't watch it. I barely got through 2, and that was on TV because 1 was annoying enough.
I'm ready for Rush Hour 4.
That was one of those that, like, they used to play in the movie theater. I mean, the movie store I used to watch. I'm just like, can you guys not play that when I'm here? I cannot stand this dude's voice. Like, no, just stop, please. If you want to torture me, put this on, and I will tell you whatever you want to know. Social security, credit card number, anything. Do not play this damn movie.
Wait a minute, Jason. They played The Fifth Element. Was that the name of that?
Oh, yeah.
turd?
Oh
Oh
God.
my God.
Yeah,
They
that
played that every day in that damn store.
every day. That
And
was
you know
literally
what was
like one
fun?
of the. That was one of those. It's like if I got there and they hadn't played it, I just literally threw it in the back. Like, nah, I'm not hearing that, Jack. Like, can't do it. Like, I'll put it back.
The
and the
antithesis
damn
to
close.
this game.
Nah, man.
The antithesis of this game is like Chris Tucker being replaced by everyone would make this movie so much better.
Not Friday, man.
Yeah,
Friday was perfect.
It was his role. That was good.
Perfect for him. For him. Yeah.
And
Except for Friday, somebody wrote a role for him. Like, you want to be screechy and annoying and a high
There you
dude?
go.
Yep, that's you.
Wow. I just don't appreciate the brilliance of one C. Tucker.
Yep.
All right, Jay. So what's
It
your
is
last
Hollywood.
one?
Okay.
Guess what?
And my last one is if you replace Keanu Reeves and John Wick with Scott Speedman. Scott Speedman, you know the guy in Underworld.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah, I got you.
If you want to see a movie that doesn't draw, this is perfect.
Scott Speedman is an
Hey,
unusual charisma vacuum.
Hey, honestly,
Wow.
even in Underworld, it's like, man, like Kate Beckinsale is carrying the hell out of this movie, and you are just hovering on this.
There. Literally just there.
It's like,
Wow.
do you just need a random dark-haired white guy? Yeah, Scott Speedman.
That's that guy.
I could be him.
I can be that guy. Yes, you can.
Could you though?
It's like, do you want to sell this movie? No, she is 100% the lead, and we need to make it look like there is not a charismatic dude to steal any of her sunshine. Scott Speedman. There you go.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Wow,
All right.
Jason. I thought I had John Wick, but I said a Hemsworth.
That would have been interesting. I wouldn't say like great.
I mean, hey, what's
Interesting.
I could almost buy
Liam?
Liam.
Yeah, Liam could have done that. That'd have been his driving movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you said a McConaughey, I would have laughed at you.
Absolutely. All right. You shot my dog.
He started beating on his chest and doom, doom, doom. Oh my God.
Any McConaughey.
Oh yeah. That is your third one, and it is a winner.
No, my actual third one, that's my honorable mention. My third one is Emilio Estevez in Desperado. Yeah.
See, I don't know, man. What if he still may have had a visual goodwill from Young Guns. So I may have seen that.
Nah,
Billy the
Young
Kid,
Guns
come
was
on.
like 6 years before. Young Guns 2 was a good 6 to 7 years prior. And even that wasn't. He was still just playing William H. Bonney. He was not playing a Hispanic myth, a Mexican myth. Turned game like that dude wasn't that. That dude is as tall as
yes.
No, Jace. We replaced Selma Hayek with Maria Conchita Alonso.
Oof.
Or Ray Don
totally
Chung.
correct.
Oh,
no,
Ray Don Chung, yes.
No longer interested. Thank you. All right. Here's mine. Boys in the Hood, John Singleton's directorial debut, woke America for showing them life in the hood. Cuba Gooding Jr. Wow. Oh, help me out, fellas.
Morris Chestnut.
Ice Cube.
All right. Morris Chestnut and Ice Cube helped redefine a generation of life in the hood. And instead of Ice Cube, I'm going to go with another West Coast rapper. I'm going to replace Ice Cube with Shock G / Humpty Hump.
Hey man, he had some vision, man. He created Humpty Hump, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Either they don't know or they don't show. I can't even. I don't even. Now I can't even.
Do me, baby. Yep.
And
And then keep doing the voice too. Hey, how's
Either
it
they
going?
don't know or they don't
Does he have the
care
nose? Right.
about what's going on in the
Don't
hood.
show.
And there you go.
again, once again, internet, get to it.
Please do.
Oh my gosh.
My next one, Jennifer Aniston made her mark on Friends, but before she showed up on Leprechaun. I'm going to up her big screen moment from that to replacing Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
See, here's the thing. That actually might make that movie better. I'm sorry, I'm not a Julia Roberts fan for that movie.
See, if you're not a Julia Roberts fan, Jennifer Aniston didn't develop a
For that
personality
movie,
until Friends.
she's grown on me in other movies.
Yeah.
Not that movie. I'm like, that's her greatest. That's her. All right.
Yeah, she's gotten better. All right, my last one.
Yeah.
Bobby De Niro is out in Goodfellas. He is being replaced with John Travolta, pre-Pulp Fiction.
Woo!
All my life, I just wanted to stay alive.
So that's my choices, fellas.
Although I can hear him say "fuck you, pay me" a lot. We're talking like last time we saw you was in Greece, John Travolta.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
it's like the big comeback.
no. We talk about look who's talking.
Oh,
Ooh.
there you go.
Talking Travolta.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah. I can't even think of a line from Who's Just Talking right now. What the hell?
Yeah.
There's
That's
good
how
reason.
long ago that is.
I don't even know. I can't name one.
I'm trying.
God.
I just hear the baby. I can't hear him. He wasn't a point.
Dude, this could go on. We could go on with this forever.
Yeah.
Or
So, all right. So I have a question for you. I feel like everyone has been spending more time on social media than normal. What social distancing games or things have you seen that have made you laugh? Or what's been the most ridiculous thing you've seen people do when they're stuck at home with nowhere to go?
Well, I've been entertained with Jessica Alba and her kids with their TikTok. I think it's like one of those like we can do this as a bonding exercise. So that the choreography they must do to kind of entertain us, plebeians, it's actually been fun. So she's doing a good job.
Nice.
Devon? I'm a little ashamed of this, but not really. We had a hot box fart contest. Raw broccoli, baked beans, cheese, all the things that really gets the pistons flowing in there, And it was a hot box fart contest. Yeah.
Your wife is probably like,
wow.
wait, I did not want you to tell everybody.
Yeah, that was a whole family. It was just lock in. This is gonna be gross. So
Gunner,
there's that.
How about you, Gunner?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really seen a whole lot of crazy things.
Or funny things.
Debbie Allen did her. I saw Debbie Allen did like a straight like dance thing on Instagram today at like 4. I couldn't do it because I was busy. And I'm like, yo, that's what's up. Like, I thought that was cool because, that's like fame. You know how many people like fame? Man, it's real. So I was like, okay, that was kind of cool. But crazy things other than like funny memes, like, what I mean? Like, memes are hilarious.
All right, what's been the best meme you've seen?
I can't really tell you because they're all keep adding to the funniness to where I keep forgetting the ones before it. So the most recent one I saw was, the most recent one, the most recent two I saw was, I just saw another, it was a meme that said I saw a meme. So it was like, I saw a meme that just said 2020 is like it's like a Tyler Perry movie. Like Tyler Perry wrote it. That's what it was. And I fell out laughing because it really is. I'm just like, it's all
With
over the
much
place.
better hair.
It's all over the place and shitty. Like, that's exactly what a Tyler Perry movie is. So I was like, I thought that was hilarious. And then the other meme I saw was like, yo, Renter Center know you home, so they come in. Like, yo.
I saw one with Jehovah's Witness like that too.
That was good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Jehovah's Witness knows what's up, and they go back to their castle.
Right. So, for me, I think, and this varies since, like Gunner, whatever I see last. But for me, it's probably, as of this moment, Erykah Badu continuing on the traditions of John Legend and Chris Martin with concerts for fans to check out. Erykah decided she was going to charge $1 people to check hers out. Because apparently the Coochie perfume was not bringing enough money.
Her Coochie did not bring all the boys to the yard.
Well, I mean, apparently the demand is not there anymore. Or the supply is not there. One or two.
Not.
I ain't mad at Erykah Badu. She got like 19 kids. She got to do what she needs to do.
That's that perfume smelling cooch. Okay.
You wouldn't buy that because it smells like the bottom of your trash can.
You heard it here first, folks.
Right, Javon, you got something to share with us?
Bang! Bang, bang!
Are you daddy number 16 and 15?
13.
I knew
Lucky number.
All right, fellas, we're going to round this bad boy down. Who are your dummies of the week?
Lord. There's just so many.
All right, who you got, Gunner?
I'm gonna say, I don't know, man. There's some Bama's in Florida that are just partying it up like it's not an epidemic out here. And I'm like, all right. I'm kind of like, all right, I can go out, I can do this if I needed to, if I wanted to or needed to, right? But I ain't going to no beach blanket bingo, crazy spring breaky situation where people were catching, whatever anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you know what?
Just add this to the list.
Exactly. Like, add whatever, just add it to the list. I guess that's what they're saying. I'm sitting here like, yo, that's like me, like, you know what, guys? Everybody come over. We're going to have a foam party like 1999. I'm like, 2000. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, because we were already catching stuff then. Let's just get it all out of the way. I think those guys and gals are dummies of the week.
Nice. Jace, how about you?
You know, Gunner, I don't know how you thought the exact same ones I came up with. I was like, so y'all are really, y'all are down there just catching everything possible, as Gunner said. It's like, and now you want to add in, but I'm almost going to say, like, anybody not enjoying some good quarantine home cooking, deciding you need to be a Superman out and non-essential. Yeah, I'm going to call you a dummy of the week.
All right. J. King, what you got?
In this time when we have people who call themselves influencers, I hate that term just in itself because these are people who just go online and take pictures of themselves and they're just attention whores. That's it. But this one attention whore was recently on an airplane and decided, it was a good idea. Yeah, you saw that, Gunner? Did you see that? Yeah, she decided it was a good idea to lick a toilet seat.
That was real?
That was real.
Yes.
I'm supposing it was real. She did lick a toilet seat. And
what was her name? Hepatitis.
Hepatitis, something like that.
Was it top or bottom, Javon? Was it closed up?
It was seat. It was seat.
Okay.
She licked seat. And I'm not to say that's better. Like, yeah, I mean, she only licked the seat. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, where people put their ass, yeah. Good call.
Yeah. If you laid your open soda on the sink of a airplane bathroom and drunk it afterward, I would look at you strange.
Dude, when people bring it to the bars and it's like, can you just leave that to somebody? You don't have a friend, though. Hold your drink.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, she licked the toilet seat, and her reasoning behind that is because was tired of this bitch Corona getting all of her attention or attention that should be paid to her. Now, granted, I know you trolling, and you're not just trolling. You know, you're trying to be provocative and be that person. You know, but there's got to be a better way.
Hey,
There's got to be a
and
better
somebody
way.
went down to spring break and tried to hook up with her. So what's that telling me?
Yeah, oh, this this is this is America in 2020, folks.
Yes.
This is America in 2020.
Kind of feels like we're getting what we deserve.
Yeah, a little bit.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Don't feel sorry for us.
Right. So my dummy of the week is one Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who is continuing on with WrestleMania despite everything else in the world being shut down.
Wow.
He's like, nope, nope, nope. I don't care if Disneyland, Disney World is closed. WrestleMania must go on. And it was getting to a point where it was going to be held at the Raymond James Stadium where the Buccaneers play. Congratulations, all you new Tampa Bay Buck fans, by the way. And they were like, well, Vince, why don't you decide? And he was like, bet, I'm still going to have it. And then the real government had to go, nah, dude, you're not having that because we can't have 90 or 40,000 people getting corona to watch Roman Reigns win against Goldberg. So he was like, okay, what can I do? Should I do like everybody else and just delay it? No. I've got a performance studio for times just like this. So he's going to film WrestleMania in an empty arena with just a production crew shooting. And wrestling being a non-sweaty affair like it is will mean that, of course, no one could possibly have come into contact with someone who has corona and infect the entire locker room. But Vince has this covered because he's thought through every contingency. He's going to have Rob Gronkowski as the host of WrestleMania, and he's going to shoot it on 2 days. So that's all better because now he can infect twice as many people. So yeah, Vince, you, sir, and I know the only reason Vince is doing this is so he can do a documentary on the WWE Network, which you can get for the low price of $9.99, and talk about how much of a heroic effort and a gesture it was for the WWE universe of people who are independent contractors came together in spite of the most challenging situation that they've ever faced with so much uncertainty to provide entertainment for the WWE universe. Thank you.
Pat me on the back now.
Yeah. So that's my dummy of the week, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. All right, fellas, we're gonna wrap this up now. Come up with your games and your TV shows people should be watching playing while they're stuck looking at their four walls. And we have another movie cast switch up that we're gonna do next week. So thank y'all for rolling with me, as always. Thank y'all out there for listening. This episode allows Movie Files has been filed.